friends, it's Ashley and today I'm here with a new layout for a cherry on top, and I'm using the Echo Park You and Me collection that I picked up from the ACOT store. And I got this collection a couple of months ago, and this is the first chance that I have had to work with it. So this is the collection pack, and it comes with pattern papers and stickers. Usually I like to use a lot of different embellishments like chipboard, stickers, puffy stickers, ephemera. But the collection packs usually only include the pattern paper and the stickers. So I'm going to show you how I make this work for my layout, only using pattern paper and stickers. So I started with a cut file and I cut it from one of the pattern papers in the collection kit, and I am using white cardstock for my background. And some of these hearts on the cut file are open, so I'm using this diagonal striped paper here to back those. And I have the heart shapes that got left on my silhouette mat when I was cutting, so I'm just taking those off, flipping over the heart and flipping over the paper that I want to show on front and tracing that, and then I'm just cutting around the edge of these to fill in those heart shapes. And I am using my Scotch Quick Dry liquid adhesive in my fine liner bottle for this. These are thin lines where you have these cuts on the cut file, so if I tried to use like a tape runner, it wouldn't work very well. It would probably rip my paper. So this quick dry glue works really well for this type of technique. And so I'm just going to do a few of these here on camera, and then I'll finish the rest of that off and then come back. So this is the last one, and I'm kind of just eyeballing where I want those so I know what's going to show on the front side once I flip it over. And I liked this paper because it had a variation of colors in it, and so that's why I chose that diagonal stripe. Also really like the back side of this. Once I flipped it over, I like how it looked, but I wanted to go with the pink on here. So I got that adhered down, and I want to add my photo at the top, and I left those two hearts without being adhered, and so I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of those now that I have them overlapping the photo. And I wanted to use this word love for my title, but it's kind of in a rectangle shape here on the sticker. So I decided to fussy cut. I like to fussy cut, and I usually only fussy cut from pattern papers, but I decided why not fussy cut my stickers. So I'm going to just do each one of these letters here so that I will have them individually and can place them the way that I want. I want them to kind of go along that little dip there in the banner. And so I'm just going to cut all of these out. And I did leave the back on because I didn't want to try to cut these with the sticker part exposed. So I do leave the back on, and then once I finish, I go and take the back off of each of these letters. I really liked this cute little font and the different colors on the letters, so that's why I wanted to use it as part of my title. And I am going to add something else to it in just a minute to complete the title once I get finished cutting all of these and get them adhered to the layout. So I'm going to finish up this last one here, and it does take a little work on some of these getting the backing off, just because you don't have that extras like little part to peel when it's together, but I conquered it and got all of the backing off of these. So I think the E was probably my hardest one, but I was able to finally get the edge up and get that off. So I wanted the title to say Love You and Me, and there are some you and me's here on this pattern paper, but I thought they were too big to fussy cut, so I just decided to use the actual name of the collection that is down on the little manufacturer strip. So I just cut that out, and I'm going to add some dimensional foam behind it to pop it up and give it a little bit of separation from the stickers in the title. And then that worked out perfectly. I like the way that that looked there. So now I'm going to start embellishing, and since all of my embellishments are going to come from the sticker sheet and the pattern papers, I'm going to be doing a lot of fussy cutting. So I decided I wanted an XOXO at the top, and there are some black and white XOXO stickers. It's kind of like a banner strip there on the sticker sheet, but I didn't want to use the black and white at the top because my photo was black and white. I actually wanted to have a pop of color there. So I just chose that one that was already on one of the pattern papers. And then I'm going to cut a lot from this floral sheet here. I'm going to start with this one and cut it for the top. And then I'm also going to fussy cut some other flowers off camera, because I don't want you to have to watch me fussy cut every flower from this paper. So I'm just going to do this one here. And once I finish that one, I'm going to do about 5 more, and get those ready to go on the layout. And so I'm going to use these fussy cut flowers to build kind of some clusters for my layout. And I'm going to place this one at the top near the photo. And when I do this, I like to add the foam under the flowers and things to create separation and dimension in those clusters. So you can see I have all of the other ones fussy cut here. And I'm going to start placing these using just the adhesive to place some directly onto the layout, and some of these I'm going to pop up with the foam. It just makes your clusters look more dimensional and they're not flat, just kind of all grouped together. And I'm going to do 3 clusters, and then you're going to see me use several different stickers and things from the collection in threes. I like to work in threes. I've always liked doing that, and you'll see me doing that here. I'm going to add the little black and white floral there, and in just a minute I'm going to grab another one that I'm going to add in that top cluster, and then later on I will actually add a third one. So there were 3 of those kind of same type of florals on the sticker sheet, and so I'm going to kind of create a visual triangle going around the page with those. And so you see I added the one at the top and bottom cluster. And I do like using stickers. They're great for embellishing. I especially like the little phrase stickers. Those are some of my favorites to use. And I wanted to add some leaves to the larger cluster at the bottom. So I cut a couple of these. I had that darker pink flower at the top of the layout, and so I thought bringing in the green, like a little more saturated color, helped balance out the layout, because it brings in that little bit of a darker color to that cluster that had a lot of light colors in it. So I like to have balance. That's one of my favorite things to do on my layout, is just kind of work on it until I feel like it's balanced. And I wanted to add another phrase sticker, so I used the one that said "I choose you" and put some foam behind it to pop it up. And I kind of just added it to that large flower cluster there. And there are 4 of those little circle stickers. I used 2 other ones from the one I had used earlier, and that was another set of 3 different types of embellishments, and they kind of go in a triangle around the page also. And there are lots of hearts on the sticker sheet, so I went ahead and added several of those around the layout. I like the little tiny hearts. They're really cute. You can never go wrong with hearts, and I already had lots of hearts, so they worked well with the layout. And then I'm kind of seeing where else I need to add something. I felt like I needed another of the white flowers in that larger flower cluster. I already had one on the left side, and I had an empty space kind of there on the right side. So I just decided to cut another one of these to go in that little spot. And I don't pop it up with dimensional foam. I just put it right down on the layout there. And then I'm going to add my date, and that will finish up this layout. You can see the full layout at the end of the video and a close-up. Make sure you go over to the A Cherry on Top store and check out all of the collections and new things that are there. You'll find lots of fun stuff. Thanks so much for watching today, and I hope to see you next time.